And we often talk about the hottest, the most viral, the most trending topics in the public.
Yes.
And do you remember what happened just recently,
I think we need to discuss from our side as parents.
Yes,
you know?
yes, because there are some news roaming around and being talked about by a lot of people that has got to do with parents and kids and how they educate the kids and how it has impacted the kids and all that. So,
Yeah, because it's not just
hot topic.
tantrum, it's more than tantrum, I think.
it's more than tantrum.
Could be, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, so there are many moments when we would invite psychologists to dig deeper about social phenomena in the public.
So one of the most invited psychologists on See the Stories is Reti Oktania, and she's here with us in the studio. Reti, thank you for coming actually here offline
Finally.
physically. Yes.
Thank you for having me today, and congratulations on your second anniversary.
Thank you
Yes,
so much.
Thank you very much. I think you've been with us from the first year of our 3-hour show, right? And mostly we did it through online.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So do you still remember the first time that our team contacted you? What was it about?
I scrolled down my
WhatsApp chat?
WhatsApp chats or
Oh.
WhatsApp chats, and it was 2021,
See that?
Right.
2 years ago, yeah? And it was about how to maintain the mental health in children during the pandemic. It was
yes.
the most talked topics during that time.
Yeah.
And yeah, we talk about that, and another several topics. And I also remember the ones we talk about spirit dolls.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Spirit dolls.
and about gadgets.
Yeah.
A lot of topics to
Yeah,
cover.
we chose a lot of very interesting topics, and I guess you always delivered everything, conveyed your message very clearly as well. So if you remember, there are some news that have caught our attention because a minor had been assaulted, has caught much attention of people, especially here in Indonesia, because it involves some officials as well. Why was the victim brutally attacked? I mean, everyone is saying, he's only, 17 years old, so he's considered as
16 actually, yeah?
16?
Yeah,
So he's
because
a
still
minor.
yeah?
Yeah.
He's a minor. So is it because of the culprit felt that his dad has this power and he has the right, to treat that specific person? I don't know, is it because of emotional or is it because of the love affair? How do you see it?
Okay.
What is so wrong with it?
So to see this, we have to understand the basic principle of aggression, aggressive behavior. And there are 4 types of aggressive behavior. So first, we call it accidental aggressive behavior. It's when a kid basically bump into each other while they're running around, and it's accidental. And secondly, it is expressive aggression. It is when kids usually feeling happy when they did aggression. For example, they hit their moms or they're throwing pillows, and they feel fun, they feel happy by doing that. And third type of aggression is instrumental aggression. It's when we are trying to overpower someone over something. For example, the kids want to play one certain toy, and they are trying to take that toy one another. They use aggression because they fight over the toy. And the 4th type of aggression is hostile aggression. Hostile aggression. It's when we are the perpetrator intentionally hurt others or hurt another human being, hurt animals, or purposely make a damage towards a property. And in hostile aggression, they're also called as a reactive hostile aggression. It is because there are a provocative or external factors contributing
that triggers
to
that.
Yeah, that triggers that. So in that we can see that when someone in this recent news, I think we can see that it is a hostile aggression.
It is a hostile aggression.
Hostile aggression because
There's a trigger.
There's a trigger, there's a perpetrator, there's a victim, and it will
Abusively doing it
Yes.
without, we don't know what's the target. Is it to make that specific victim dying or what?
I don't know. the case is still running. I think it's still ruling, but I think we can see from what's going on now that the victim is now badly injured, and it is done with purpose. Intentionally.
He was in a coma.
Intentionally. So it is hostile aggression.
So let's talk more about the cause of, you've mentioned about the fourth type, for this case.
Yes.
Reactive, hostile, abusive behavior. So, is it because of the parenting style that went wrong previously, like only solely cause, or we can see from other external factors as well?
Okay. Aggressive behavior, we cannot conclude that aggressive behavior is caused by a single factor. It must be multiple factors. We have, from the research that we have, it might be a prenatal factors that's contributing, like the mother also exposed to abuse in an abusive relationship that might also increase the cortisol hormones during the pregnancy. It's also contributing to the tendency of aggressive behavior in the baby.
Since the moment of pregnancy?
Yeah, the prenatal. Yes, but that's not only one factor.
Right.
Another factor is familial factors. How the parents are also treating the kids. Do they also include harsh verbals or also abusive, physically abuse? And also how the parent model self-control.
Right.
Because it's very important when we talk about aggression, it's about how we control our energy and control our emotions. And this is the first role of the family, of the parents, to model how they control themselves. And third one is social factors.
Yep.
How the kids are raised, their surroundings, and
But I mean, talking about the culprit, he's a
Yeah.
20-year-old
Yes.
guy. So supposedly he knows how to control himself. And he's handling a 16-year-old and a 15-year-old girlfriend. So how do you think a teenager should control their emotion? Isn't a 20-year-old should be, acting more
mature.
calm, more mature and controlling?
The problem is how we control ourselves, controlling our emotions. We need to exercise it.
Exercise.
Exercise it in order to master it, One of the things that we can use to exercise ourselves to manage and control our emotion is by exposing ourselves to a natural consequences since the very beginning of life. When there's a baby, when we have a baby, and don't run so fast. The floor is
many
still
boundaries.
wet. Still wet. So if you run here, you might fall, and then they fall, and then we say, see, you fall, so you have to be careful and walk slowly. They're exposed to natural consequences, and the more powerful people, I guess, they are the privileged ones are trying to keep their kids safe from natural consequences.
Got it.
So the kids are not exposed and not trained, not having enough exercise to control themselves from the very beginning.
Well, I mean, it's a wild world outside.
Yeah.
Right? So if you don't, tell that to your kids or tell them to train that expertise, then you might fall into some kind of this category of abusive aggression.
Hostile, yeah.
Exercise. The keyword is exercise.
Yeah, you have to exercise since the very beginning.
Right. So let's go back to our case study for right now. So actually the incident was said to have started when the suspect's girlfriend, who is only 15 years old, told the suspect to confront her ex. And then the assault then happened. When the girl's current and ex-boyfriend met each other. So actually, how do you observe this situation? It's still relevant with the fourth category, that reactive, hostile, abusive, because there is a trigger and perpetrator at the same time. And maybe you can analyze about how can a girl influence the man to do what she instructed.
I'm curious about this girl.
Yeah, I think we talk about how the relationship works. When we are in a romantic relationship, loving relationship, the part of the brain that works the most is the part of the brain that handles emotion. And when that part of the brain takes over, the part of the brain that is responsible for logical thinking is not as optimum as it should be, you know, because we rely on our emotion brain more than our logical brain. So imagine if we are so madly and deeply in love with someone, we don't have another resources to keep us feel safe and secure, where it should be come from family, our support system. So when our girlfriend or boyfriend give us a bad influence, we know that, oh, this is bad. I should go back to my family and recheck whether this is right or not.
Wow, yeah.
But sometimes, in some cases, teenagers or people don't have that other social support. So when their boyfriend or girlfriend asks them to do something, their emotional brain takes over. So they don't think logically.
Yeah.
So I think maybe that's what happened. Maybe the perpetrators also, I don't know. I don't know how emotional and psychological support he got all these years, right? So when the partner asks him to do something,
Yeah.
and also lack of maybe trained self-control, exercise to self-control, that's also contributing. So when the girl asks him to do something illogical, he just did it. He got triggered.
If I was his girlfriend, then I would definitely leave him because his emotion is uncontrollable.
Yes.
If I was her boyfriend, oh, she's quite toxic as well. I mean, saying something that might trigger and you don't know how to filter. So, but it's like a combo of this very toxic, relationship, right? So, what we can do is actually to just give them understanding as parents.
As parents, should we start with the training of controlling?
How do we train them?
Give us some tips for that.
And also one fact about self-control, it is that our part of the brain, lobus frontalis, is not well developed yet until we are 24 years old.
Oh, right.
So,
Lobus frontalis.
Yeah, lobus frontalis. It's
a part of
the brain in the front part of the brain.
Yes. The part of brain that has function of what?
Of logical thinking, decision making, self-control, basically to help you act with responsible.
Wow.
Yeah, and so in order to develop that, we have to ask our children. First is the major thing is inhibitory control. Inhibitory, because we as human, we have impulse, we have desires, and sometimes we have to learn how to manage it and how to control it. As easy as, for example, our kids want some candies in the mini market, and we say that, oh, you have 2 candies already. You can have that candy, but we will wait until tomorrow. I'm sorry, you can cry, you may cry, you may be disappointed, but I'm not giving you one today.
All right.
Yeah, make him make him wait. Responsible, because we make a deal that we have this 2 candies a day, and that is a limit, right? And limit comes also with discussion with the kids.
That is sometimes missing.
Yeah.
Because parents feel that they have the authority.
Yeah.
They just want to impose this rule, right?
Yeah.
Without even having discussion with the kids.
Yes.
Or it's really hard to have.
I know.
I mean, as parents, in terms for the case of limiting the gadget.
Yeah.
It's always being a quarrel.
Do you think that all these movies right now inspires them to do this thing?
Or digital
contents, movies.
The violence, you mean?
Yeah.
That's another factor. We talk about prenatal factor, we talk about parental factor, we talk about social factor, and the last factor is violent exposure.
Violent exposure.
Yeah, whether it's direct or indirect.
And when you're under 24-year-old, you're still not able to differ whether it's logical or illogical.
Yeah, that part of the brain is still developed.
Before 24? That's bad. Sometimes it's uncontrollable. So it's tonic to have control, it's toxic not to have control.
Right.
All right, so that's quite clear, I guess, but it's a big responsibility for parents, certainly. So we have other interesting stories, but thank you so much,
Yeah.
Reti, for giving us the
Thank you.
insights regarding this issues that are happening. Not issues, actually, it's a case.
Yeah, it's a case that apply as well to us as parents. Alia, maybe
take
we need to
lessons.
prepare some models to, to train our kids
Yeah.
for more having responsibility and controlling the emotion.